Hello, this is Alexander Cross, Criminal Defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you'd like to learn more about criminal defense, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos for you. So, we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with somebody who was driving at a high speed under the influence of marijuana. Let's see here. I was arrested for driving at a high speed and smoking marijuana while driving. Well, hold on a sec. See, you're driving at a high speed. That's an infraction, generally speaking, unless you were driving more than 30 miles an hour over the limit. If you were driving more than 30 miles an hour over the limit, that will be a misdemeanor under Penal Code, under Vehicle Code Section 23103, which is reckless driving. That carries up to 90 days in county jail. But it doesn't specifically state that you were driving that much faster, but you were speeding. Now, the relevancy of the speeding is obviously probable cause. If a police officer stops you, sees you driving at a high rate of speed, he has the right to pull you over, at the very least to cite you, but he also has the right to pull you over, and that would potentially commence the investigation for a DUI case. Now, remember, when it comes to DUI marijuana, it's very different from alcohol, conventional DUI. There is no set standard here in the state of California. There's no set amount of nanograms of THC that somebody has to have in their system in order to say, oh, that guy is DUI marijuana. No. The DA actually has to show that the marijuana was impeding your ability to safely operate the motor vehicle. Simply speeding, that's not enough. Anybody could be speeding. It doesn't mean, it has nothing to do with the weed. It has nothing to do with marijuana. So there needs to be something else. The guy's coming out of the lanes, coming back into the lanes, he's driving erratically, something of that nature. Simply speeding, that's not quite enough to establish that the marijuana was impeding his ability to safely operate the motor vehicle. Now, if the police officer attempts to do the field sobriety tests, and if you're falling all over the place, well then, okay, I think at that point it starts becoming fair that the marijuana was impeding your ability to safely operate the motor vehicle. But if you were perfectly fine and did the field sobriety test fine, and you got arrested, you got taken to the station or the hospital or a facility, and they took blood, I mean, even if you had a high amount of THC, it's still not enough. See, in the state of Colorado, we're in California, but in the state of Colorado, there's a certain amount of nanograms that can be in your system where they can say, okay, you're still not under the influence, and then once you're over this point, I believe it's like 5 nanograms. Don't quote me; it could be 10. But once you go past that threshold, it's an automatic DUI marijuana, very similar to having an automatic DUI alcohol when somebody has a blood alcohol level of a 0.08 or more. Now, keep in mind that you do have the right, as long as you're not on probation for any previous offenses, you do have the right to refuse to do the field sobriety tests out in the field, out in the street, before your arrest. Now, after your arrest, you no longer have the right to refuse, and you have to submit yourself to a blood or urine test. Regardless, if you'd like to learn more about criminal defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos for you. But if you've been accused of a crime here in the San Francisco Bay Area and need representation in court, call us now for a free consultation at 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. On our next video, we're going to be discussing the case of somebody who committed an attempted robbery in public transport. Criminal lawyer, criminal lawyers, DUI lawyer, DUI lawyers, criminal attorney, criminal attorneys, DUI attorney, DUI attorneys.